Shweta Shri, an MS Research Scholar at TouchLab IIT Madras, and I'm happy to be your MC today. As we transition into our first technical session, we turn our focus to the forces driving the next wave of immersive intelligence, where spatial computing converges with the power of artificial intelligence. It is my privilege to invite Dr. Ajit Gupte, Senior Director, Technology and Head of XR Research at Qualcomm, Bangalore, to deliver his talk titled Accelerating the Spatial Computing Revolution in the Age of AI. With nearly 3 decades of industry experience, Dr. Gupte has been instrumental in advancing core XR technologies such as SLAM and VO, shaping the foundations of today's immersive systems and redefining how devices perceive and interact with the world. May I now request Dr. Ajit Gupte to please take the stage and lead us into this transformative session.
Thank you for the kind introduction. And it's a great honor to be here today. I would like to thank Professor Manivandan and Professor Kaushik for inviting us here and giving me this opportunity to be presenting here. Also like to thank all the organizers of this event to organize this great event and give us this opportunity to learn and share. And thanks to all of you in the audience for being here today. So let's get started. My topic is going to be accelerating the spatial computing revolution in the age of AI. XR is the emerging platform expanding the personal smart device opportunity. And in the last few years, we are seeing explosive growth in the market acceptance of this technology. For example, in CY 25-26, we saw around 90% year-on-year growth in VR and MR headset business. And at the same time, the smart glasses business has grown even more explosively by about 248%. And this is going to accelerate even further, which is a great news for XR, not just as a business, but for the consumer, because as the size of the business grows, the product cost will come down. What is driving this acceptance is productivity solutions as well as features and use cases such as on-device cameras and audio, but not the least, the AI features that are coming up on these devices. And that is really fueling this explosive growth. And to think of it really, XR and AI are truly symbiotic. And through this talk, we'll talk about it in much more detail. XR devices are really, eyes and ears of AI. so XR and AI, they help each other. XR glasses that you wear, they can see what you see, they can hear what you hear, they can speak to you, and they can also display the useful content on the displays. So they become natural partners, and AI can share the same contexts as the human, and that's what makes this partnership very, very important. On the other hand, AI is changing the way XR devices are used in a great way. In fact, AI is going to be the new UI, the user experience for the user interface for XR devices. Now you no longer, in future, will need to open an individual app for completing a specific individual task, but you can just command your AI assistant on the glass to get the job done. So let's look at some of the very interesting immersive experiences across verticals. For example, the AI assistant on your glasses, health and fitness applications for virtual coaching and continuous health monitoring, social experiences enabling social interactions, entertainment, such as sightseeing with insights, productivity, of course, this is a big thing, real-time collaboration, writing, editing, and so on, medical field, patient charting, schedule details, remote support, and education. And so what we are seeing when we say that AI and XR, they are working together, what's really happening here is AI on the XR devices is basically democratizing AI. So a lot of AI can actually happen on the devices that you and I use every day. AI glasses, but also smartphones and smartwatches and so on. So with this, you no longer have to go to the cloud, which is obviously very expensive, for getting a lot of work done with AI. And you can do a lot of AI on the devices that you own. This also has the advantage of lower latency, very low power, and also security and privacy, which is very, very important in several of these applications. So we'll talk through some of the very interesting features and applications. A few months ago, we demonstrated that we could run a small language model. It was Llama 3.2, I think. It was about 1 billion parameter model. We could run it all by itself on the AI glass itself. And the whole end-to-end use case, we were able to host on Snapdragon-powered AI glass. And the whole pipeline included automatic speech recognition, small language model, text-to-speech, and text translation. And the computation was distributed across the CPU on the chip as well as the Hexagon NPU. For example, the speech recognition and the text-to-speech, they were running on the CPU, whereas the Hexagon NPU was running the 1 billion parameter language model. And these are kind of diverse architectures, CNNs for speech recognition and text-to-speech, but the transformer model was running on the NPU inside the chip. And these models ranged from 50 million parameters for text-to-speech and TTS, but 1 billion parameters for the language model. So what really it does is it opens up a lot of interesting opportunities. Now you can do a lot of things with your glasses itself, and then with the phone. We'll have another slide talking about multimodal AI. But this is really very, very promising. And we are seeing a lot of traction about these kind of features from our customers, and they are inquiring what more we can do. Can we fine-tune these models to do more vertical, customized for a particular vertical? Can we run such applications, even smaller language models, and they could run for a longer period of time on the glass? So we are seeing a few very key trends across that are happening in AI. First thing is miniaturization, which is smaller models are becoming more and more capable and more powerful. And also we are seeing a lot of fine-tuned, customized vertical specific models that are emerging. Multimodality, so multiple types of inputs and outputs. So AI today can accept not just text information or speech, but also images and other sensor modalities, and process different kinds of outputs. So this is a multimodal phenomenon that is happening. And what this multimodality does is it allows the whole context of the user to be available to the AI. And that is driving a lot of personalization, which is very powerful. So let's look at this multimodality aspect a little closely. So what AI can do now is AI is receiving data from your glasses, for example, camera images. It can also receive data from your smartphone, such as maybe the messages on the smartphone or calendar or so on. Also, your health-related parameters from, let's say, your smartwatch or a smart ring. And then it could be accessing some data that is your very personalized data from your laptop. And then all this context becomes available to AI right there. And further, you can see that the glasses perhaps today can process up to 1 billion parameter model, but smartphone is capable of processing 7 billion to 10 billion, and then laptops can do maybe up to 30 billion and so on. And finally, cloud has a lot more capacity to process much more complex models. So developers can build a hierarchy of use cases and features across these different devices to enable new experience and applications. So let's look at a couple of examples. This is an example of a smart ring. Let's watch a small video to illustrate. So as you could see, how the smart ring can be used to, detect simple gestures and communicate with the glass. So you might have noticed, for example, the user was using a circular finger gesture to, increase the volume of the audio. So what it does is first of all, it is controlling the AI glass in a very simple way. You don't have to have a complicated keyboard or some other complicated way to communicate. But also, I mean, ring controller can also carry some of your health-related information, health parameters. But in addition, not only controlling the AI glass, the ring controller can, in future, control your smartphone as well, or for that matter, your tablet and smartwatch. So this is an important modality that is being enabled in this, array of smart devices all coming together in this multimodal AI. There's one more example that we'll see. Or maybe I can do it here.
Can provide personalized responses according to a
rewind
knowledge
just a little
base
bit.
that here at Qualcomm, we believe that AI is going to become the new interface for all of your devices for exciting, intuitive, and personalized experiences. Today, I'm going to show you how I can get personalized fitness recommendations here in the gym using my AI glasses paired with my smartphone. AI glasses are a natural and intuitive way to interact with AI assistants. They see what you see and hear what you hear using built-in cameras and microphones. Through the use of retrieval augmented generation techniques, the large language model running on my phone can provide personalized responses according to a knowledge base that centralizes my medical records, personal information, habits, and more. Hey assistant, what type of workout can I do with this equipment today?
Based on your current health profile, I would recommend goblet squats using a light kettlebell or dumbbells. Goblet squats are suitable for a pregnant woman as they help with staying strong while helping to reduce back pain.
As you saw, my AI glasses provided highly relevant recommendations, processed on device for a personalized, seamless, and secure experience without relying on the cloud. Thanks for watching.
So as you could see in this example, the RAG is actually running on the smartphone, and it is basically assimilating a lot of your personal data, and then you are able to access it when you require it, which is quite amazing. This has important implications on what you can do on the personal devices that you own without having to go to the cloud. It has important security and privacy aspects also. Moving on, so we'll now talk about a little bit about the kind of form factors that are emerging in XR. Many of them are like you are very familiar with, for example, the all-in-one VST or video see-through kind of devices. These have been around for a while, so I won't talk about it much. But an interesting form factor that is emerging now is OST or optical see-through. So the display technology is kind of maturing and improving so much that you can now have large field of view, start to see large field of view displays which are transparent, and you don't need to capture the real world through the camera and reproject it on your display, but you can just see through it, and at the same time the virtual content will be kind of superimposed on the display, which is of course going to be world locked. Another important phenomenon that we are seeing here is that the HMDs are becoming thinner and smaller and lighter. So in this topology, what we are seeing is that the HMD is connected to the puck using a tethered wire. So a lot of compute kind of gets transferred to the puck rather than being on the glass itself. So glass still will have to, or the thin HMD will still have to have the high fidelity, high resolution, and high field of view display. But a lot of other compute goes away from this, which makes, and this can in fact be, even without the battery, the device could be powered by the puck, the compute device over here. And this is, again, very interesting thing, because this now makes these devices much more acceptable and convenient to use. And people can use it for all-day productivity, for example, which was kind of difficult with the current generation and older generation HMDs, which are heavy, bulky, like some of them are around 400 to 500 grams. These are going to be much, much smaller and thinner and lighter. And on the AR and AI side also, we are seeing similar trend. The trend is to miniaturize and make things smaller and smaller. And this category of devices, obviously, they are a different category on the from the left side. So these are much smaller with much smaller battery, but still a lot of important use cases they enable, like AI and augmented reality. So moving on, there's a slide about how Qualcomm is enabling XR ecosystem. So at Qualcomm, we are basically known as chip company, SoC company. So we do a lot of XR-specific SoCs, but that's not the only thing that we do. We do a lot more than that. And we have been in XR for more than a decade, maybe 15 years. And we have, inside our chips, we have developed core IP, multimedia IP, that has, we of course have leveraged a lot of it from our mobile phone ecosystem, but also optimized it quite a bit for extended reality. We have also built in-house perception stacks. So the core perception technology, including 6DoF, hand tracking, and so on, that is built, a lot of that is built in-house. We of course make SoCs, but we don't stop at that as either, and we do a lot of reference designs in-house, which includes the SoC, but also all the sensors that go into the XR devices and so on. And we partner a lot with the ecosystem in terms of OEMs, the key OEMs in this space, which is Meta, Google, and several other OEMs. We also partner with developers and enable them through SDKs such as the Spaces SDK. So over the years, we have worked in this space for quite long and enabled this ecosystem to grow. And that's what has helped Snapdragon to become a dominant player in XR. This slide, I will probably go a little faster. So these are core technologies that are inside the XR platform that we have built that make this platform very, very powerful. I'll talk about a few of them, which are kind of critical. So camera is a very important technology that a lot of it we leverage from our mobile space. We have highest DxO mark camera, and it enables key features such as low light imaging. But also for XR specifically, we have optimized the camera technology to process our mono cameras, which are used for perception and tracking. We have on-device AI for high performance with best performance per watt performance. Of course, we talked about the perception technology. When it comes to power, a key feature of the Snapdragon XR devices is the low power island, which is basically a small portion of the chip, which by itself can run a lot of use cases that are very popular and very, long-term use cases, whereby they can consume and run at very low power. So that brings down the power dramatically for those use cases and increases the battery life and days of use. So basically, you don't need to wake up the main CPU or the main chip itself to run these applications, but they can run on a small low power island. So that's a very key feature. We have high-end graphics engines to enable rendering capability and warping capability for mixed reality devices. Connectivity has always been our strong point, so we bring all that know-how and knowledge to the XR and also optimize that quite well for XR-specific ultra-low power requirements. For example, micro Wi-Fi, micro-powered Wi-Fi. Moving on. So these are some of the recent launches over last 1 year or 1.5 years, which are based on the Snapdragon chipsets. As I said, we have been working on this for quite long, and over the years, we have actually enabled our OEMs and partners to launch more than 100 XR devices. I'll just have a couple of more slides to talk about some of the key partnerships. So Meta has been a very close partner for Qualcomm right from the beginning, and over the years, we have partnered with them, enabled them to launch several MR and VR products. All the Quest series products, they use the Qualcomm Snapdragon chipsets. Meta Ray-Ban glasses have been a breakout success. They are met with a lot of enthusiasm by people. And clearly, it's a great example of how AI should be done on edge devices. Also, it utilizes the power of AR1 chip, the Snapdragon chip, very, very efficiently. All the innovations that have gone into this chip are exploited to the fullest by this product. The next one, the big partnership that is happening now is with Google in terms of Android XR. So Google is entering the XR market, and they bring all the Android ecosystem with them to this space. Recently, there was a product which was launched. It was internally called Project Muhan, but it is really the Samsung's first XR device that has come to the market. It's a MR device, mixed reality device. But Android XR is not limited to just MR, but it spans the entire spectrum of XR, including AI glasses and AR viewers. There was also a recent announcement of partnership with Gentle Monster and Warby Parker. These are very popular lens or glass manufacturers which are partnering with Google and Qualcomm to bring out the first AI glass devices to the market based on Android XR. And this is my last slide, just talking about a few key customer products that are getting launched as we speak or in near future. So the first one on the left is the Snap Spectacles. This Spectacles product is already out there in the market as a developer edition, but next year it will be launched as a consumer edition. And this is going to be a augmented reality, so fully immersive experience with world lock content. And it's expected to be used for your day-to-day activities, such as during commute or you're cooking in the kitchen. So they are expected to work both outside, outdoor, as well as indoors. A second example here is a company called Prisms. They are operating in the education space, and some of the statistics we are getting from them are very, very interesting. They have launched a comprehensive curriculum for 6 to 12 graders in maths and science, and launched this across 300 plus school districts in the United States, in 28 states in the United States. And what they are reporting is 11% increase in the basically algebra assessment, the benchmark algebra assessment scores, which is quite amazing. And what teachers are saying is that students are able to grasp algebra concepts much more quicker because of the embedded immersive experience. And what they're saying is something that used to take 3 to 4 weeks for the students to grasp now can be achieved by them within 3 to 4 days, which is quite impressive. Coming to VA Immersive, this is a company that operates in health and wellness space, and they are also reporting very impressive statistics in when it comes to wellness. So they work with US veterans, for example, and they're reporting significant decrease in some of the health-related or improvement in health-related parameters such as pain intensity, anxiety, and distress. Finally, the last one here is XReal. This is another product which is a collaboration between or among Google, Qualcomm, and XReal. And this is an interesting combination where the glass is very thin form factor and it will be tethered with wire to a puck or compute device. And it uses both XReal's and Qualcomm's chip solutions. This is again going to be fully immersive experience, AR, augmented reality product. So that brings to my talk to the conclusion, and thank you for your patience.
We thank Dr. Ajit Gupte for a deeply insightful and future-focused session. His perspectives on the convergence of AI and spatial computing have offered us a clear vision of the technological evolution shaping the next generation of XR experiences.